first brought this to your attention yesterday. This Democratic lawmaker in California wants Planned Parenthood's phone number on all student ID cards starting as early as 12 years old. So is this really the platform Democrats should be pushing? Here to discuss is Brittany Hughes of the Media Research Center and managing editor at MRC TV. Thank you so much for joining us, Brittany. We certainly appreciate it.
Thanks for having me. Good morning.
Well, as we begin our discussion, let's just bring this up to begin. California's Pupil and Student Health Bill, and this is what it would include. It would include Planned Parenthood phone number on every student ID. It affects public schools, high schools, colleges, and it includes Christian campuses as well. So what is your take on this?
So this is a bill that was proposed by California Assemblyman Jesse Gabriel, who, by the way, has taken over $4,000 from Planned Parenthood for his campaign just in 2018 alone. Of course, we know Planned Parenthood in 2018 donated over $1 million to Democratic lawmakers like Jesse Gabriel and many other prominent California state lawmakers. But this bill, critics are saying this bill just goes completely over the top in violating students' First Amendment rights, whether that's the right to religious freedom when it comes to private schools, including Christian schools like Catholic schools that obviously have a problem with much of Planned Parenthood's platform. But it also violates students' First Amendment rights by requiring them to basically advertise for Planned Parenthood by putting Planned Parenthood hotline numbers on all student IDs as early as 12 and up through the age of 24. So they're essentially being made to tout a message that they may not agree with, that their parents may not agree with. And that's a huge violation of constitutional rights, is what many critics are claiming. This
is also something that is not really something they're doing for the first time, because just last year, California started requiring the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline be placed on the back of the student ID cards. But now this is taking it, an additional step, because there's 5 additional numbers, including the Sexual or Reproductive Health Hotline to provide, for Planned Parenthood. That's the number specifically that they're including.
That's right. This is far more political than just the suicide hotline. This is specifically targeting students with a line directly to Planned Parenthood, which, as we know, is the nation's largest abortion provider. They are a provider of a large number of contraceptives, which obviously some religious groups have problems with, including many of these private institutions, these private schools. So again, this is a huge, huge overreach, and you have to kind of look at California. This is something that they've been trying to push for a long time. Just recently, they lost a bid to try to force pro-life crisis pregnancy centers to advertise abortion. This is something that they're well in the camp for Planned Parenthood. They try to push them all the time, and it's a back-scratching deal, okay? Planned Parenthood gives massive amounts of campaign donation dollars to left-wing lawmakers, who then turn around and try to give them free advertising by doing stuff like this, even if it violates constitutional rights.
Right, and as you mentioned, they are a big supporter of Gabriel, donating over $4,000 and expressing their support for him. The bill would go to the California Assembly Education Committee on March 27th. Is it a done deal, or what can people do, parents specifically, if they don't agree with it?
It's absolutely not a done deal. Parents can make their voices heard, but I think even if this manages to pass the state legislature and be signed into law by the governor, I think that this bill particularly has an uphill battle to climb in terms of going through the courts, because again, California just lost the bid to try to force the crisis pregnancy centers to advertise for abortion. I think they're going to have a legal battle if they want to try to force students to advertise for Planned Parenthood.
All right, Brittany Hughes joining us live this morning for her take. Thank you so much. Great to have you with us.
Thank you.